Welcome back in, everybody. It is day 16 of our 25 Drams of Christmas. This is the Bourbinsane Whiskey Advent Calendar. We're sticking with Jim Beam today. So yesterday we reviewed Jim Beam Black Label. Today we're moving on to another higher proof, amplified Jim Beam product, Old Granddad 114. Now, I mentioned yesterday, or a couple days ago, whatever it was, that this is the turning point. So this is the turning point. We're moving up in some higher proof stuff, some higher value stuff in general. So from here on out, the rest of the month, it's probably going to be some higher end stuff, still attainable for the most part, but just moving up in proof because we love that barrel proof stuff. This is the fattest cork in the game. Let me just show you this. I just poured this, but let me just show you this. A close up. Look at this thing. You can literally kill someone with this thing. Massive. That has nothing to do with the review, but I just had to point that out. This comes out of Jim Beam. 63% corn, 27% rye, and 10% barley. So 27% rye, that's a lot of rye. You know, that's a lot of rye, and a high rye bourbon is a beautiful thing, especially one that's barrel proof. So, or pretty much, you know, near barrel proof, 114, so good stuff. There are a couple different expressions of Old Granddad. So if you've seen it on the shelf, it's that orange labeled bottle. They have a normal one, and they also have a bottled in bond or 100 proof. But this thing's even better, so I figured let's go with this one. Looking at color, now this is dark. In my light, this is quite dark. Almost like a dark mahogany color on this. Not too many legs though. There's a few actually. But the color is just a beautiful, beautiful dark, rich caramel color. So let's go into the nose. Cheers, everyone. It definitely smells rye forward on the nose. A lot of those peppery cinnamon notes initially on the nose. Not as much of that classic bourbon sweetness I would expect. It's still a bourbon, you know, it's just a high rye bourbon. I mean, I guess there's some allspice in there, some clove coming through. But not as much of that rich vanilla caramel sweetness that I love in a bourbon. It's definitely got a lot of rye in it. It feels like it. You know, it's stinging the hairs in my nose too, so it's pretty strong. You can tell it's high proof. Not really alcohol burn though, just more of that rye spice hitting me, you know? Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Okay, so I got a lot more of that rich vanilla caramel creaminess on the palate. Cinnamon, holy cow, cinnamon just kicked in as I was describing that. Boom, there's like an explosion of cinnamon. Let me give it another sip here. Oh yeah, cinnamon, it's almost like cinnamon cherry. But it's like a red hot or a hot tamale cinnamon all over the palate. Excellent rye spice on the back of the palate though. You know, that peppery note, the cinnamon for sure, and the allspice, you know, all hitting the back of that palate great. The finish was, I'd say a medium finish. You know, it wasn't super thin. I think the proof helps with the finish. Mouth coating isn't that great. It's not sticking to my palate like I would like. That, you know, mouth coating and finish kind of have a correlation together. You know, they usually kind of go hand in hand, at least for me, so. You know, it does have even a little bit of that Jim Beam nuttiness note, you know, almost like that peanut note. But I just love that this is a high rye. You know, because it's a high rye, this is probably, I think it is. It's my favorite cocktail bourbon on the market. Being the 27% rye, being 114 proof, and this is only 30 bucks. $30 this bottle is. I don't think there's a better value. You know, if you like cocktails like Old Fashions, Sazerac, Manhattans, you know, most of those will use rye whiskey. But if you have a sweet tooth and you want something even a little sweeter in your cocktails, this has enough rye kick that you're getting all those rye notes you love. It's got the proof where you can taste your whiskey in that cocktail. And you can't beat the value. I mean, you really can't. You can use it as a mixer or neat. As you can see, I have no problem drinking it neat at all. This is an always stock in my bar. You know, it really is. If a bottle starts getting low or getting empty, this is what I will replace. Let me just say now, I have that rye tingling spice kick on the back of my palate right now. Just noticing it. I haven't sipped in about 2 minutes. I'm still getting the tingliness, and the mouth feels even there a little bit too. So it's lingering. It's lingering after all, you know, like I said. But I think if you can, you should be able to find this bottle. You know, most places I go to, at least in Michigan, it's available. So I would definitely recommend you pick it up. For the value, for what you're getting out of the bottle, you will not be disappointed. Thank you all so much for joining me for day 16 of our Whiskey Advent Calendar. Tomorrow is Tuesday, so we are back with another rye whiskey. And this is, dang, one of my favorite rye whiskeys for the price. So let me know if you recognize this bottle. Let me know what you think it is. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you've had Old Grandad 114. If not, let me know what is your favorite cocktail bourbon. So what is the bourbon you will reach for if you're going to make a cocktail? I appreciate y'all hanging out today. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great one, everyone.